We've been waiting years for Zombies Chronicles 2, zero proof that it actually exists. But in the last 24 hours, there's been some very interesting developments over on Twitter from one of the most notorious leakers for Black Ops Cold War content, and they are teasing the return of two fan favorite Black Ops 2 Zombies maps. Now, diving into this, anything that you see and hear on the internet has to be taken with a huge pinch of salt. Anyone can create a rumor up on the internet and people can believe it, and this has come out of absolutely nowhere. It's a really exciting topic regardless if this is true or not, but there could be a little bit of weight to this actually being true. And that's because this information has come from a notorious Cold War leaker on Twitter called Not Alaix. He's also been known as I'm Not Alaix and has had several Twitter accounts suspended by Activision for leaking Cold War content. Now, looking at his track record to see what he's leaked in the past, as a basis to believe if his claims on these zombies maps are true is that he's leaked gameplay of the Cut Ural Mountains map from Cold War, as well as leaking the first Year 2 DLC, which has come true. He leaked WMD, the Vargo, Ravenov as an operator bundle, the Scythe, Jungle being a future multiplayer map, and leaking gameplay images of the map running in Cold War. But clearly, there is some legitimacy to some of his claims. But again, everything that you hear has to be taken with a big pinch of salt. Teased on Twitter 2 days ago that WMD and Jungle are just the beginning. There is more to come for Cold War Year 2, following up by saying it will be multiplayer and zombies, and then without any context tweets a picture of Leroy from Buried and then an image of the dragon statues from Die Rise, following it up with the tweet saying Victus is alive. Now, seeing his track record of what he's leaked before in the past and then seeing this, I was just like, nah, there is no way. There is no way. But he followed it up by tweeting afterwards saying, only two would be a shame, isn't it? Question mark, insinuating that only two maps would be a shame. And then finally, I never talked about a date or time frame. Don't make up things, smiley face. So let's break this all down and try and make some sense of what this means. Firstly, it's the indication that Zombies is going to be getting some sort of Year 2 DLC content, which is going to be the dream scenario, because right now Treyarch Zombies has never looked so bad. With Vanguard Zombies, they really need to turn the way that not only the community morale is, but I think the whole gaming morale is towards Call of Duty Zombies right now. And I don't think that they would update Cold War multiplayer and not have a single content update for Zombies. And this is what everyone's been wanting. This is the perfect time, in my opinion, for them to drop it to change the morale around Zombies. Now, if this is true, then the way that we've thought Zombie Chronicles 2 is going to be is maybe going to look a little bit different. We've always thought that it was going to be Tranzit, Die Rise, Buried, and the original Mob of the Dead. But I think Mob of the Dead will probably never get a true remaster because of the complexity with the celebrity cast and the licensing for the voice acting and stuff like that. Which leaves us with Die Rise, Buried, and Tranzit. Now, there's been multiple reports over the years, and there's never been any evidence or truth to it. Zombies Chronicles 2 was always originally going to be a release in Black Ops 4. The maps have already been created. They're done, they're finished, they were ready to drop whenever, and it's just never happened. There has never been any proof that that claim is genuine or real. There's been no evidence that ever suggests that. But we obviously know that Treyarch wrapped development on Black Ops 4 Zombies after Tag der Toten, and that was literally it. And then jump to June last year, where a very credible gaming leaker, Tom Henderson, tweeted, hearing rumors that the Black Ops Cold War Berlin map is the last DLC Zombies map. This isn't the case. There's one more planned for September, and Treyarch still have Chronicles 2 maps ready to go, but I'm not sure if those will release during Black Ops Cold War. And here we are today with one of the most credible leakers for Black Ops Cold War content stating that we are going to be seeing at least Die Rise and Buried at some point during Cold War Year 2. It's really interesting that he doesn't list Tranzit as one of those maps, and part of me is thinking, well, what if either development on Tranzit has just not been finished, so that's why it's just not in a ready state to be released, but the other maps are, or Tranzit is just such a different beast that perhaps it might not be returning as a round-based experience, but could be some sort of Outbreak ground-based hybrid due to the scale and size of the map and what the original intentions were with that map, where they're going to have, you know, bus route B. There was probably so many more areas planned for the map. If we take a look at Blood of the Dead, for example, that was what they wanted Mob of the Dead to be originally. They fully intended to have all of that playable space, but it was simply just not possible on last gen consoles. And I would love to see them have another go at trying to remake Tranzit into the original vision for it, but just improving on it in every way. Now, the way that Alaix is describing this on Twitter makes it almost sound like rather than getting a full-on Zombies Chronicles 2 DLC pack, which, you know, you pay for or will just drop at once with all the content inside, what they could do is maybe do a sort of drip feed system where as the seasons go on, we'll get perhaps maybe one of these zombies maps dropped with a certain season, and then later on throughout the year we then get another one dropped. So rather than it be in a collection of maps that drop all at once, we get one and then we get another later down the line. That way they can periodically drop this content in a way where people will keep coming back to the game, keep populating it, and keep spending money on the Call of Duty store with all the bundles and different themed things that they'll probably tie in with this, if this is true. And I feel like this might have some cadence to it based on what was leaked earlier in the week about the strategy that Call of Duty might be going towards where it comes to releasing remastered content during years where there isn't going to be a premium Call of Duty offering. Ralph's Valve leaked earlier in the week that some more remakes of Call of Duty games like Call of Duty 1 and 2 and World at War might be possibly coming during the upcoming gap year between Modern Warfare 2 and then Treyarch's next Black Ops game. You know, I feel like this rate, you know, nothing is off limits. I think they're happy to explore any and all options, and it's very obvious from the last maybe year, 2 years, that we as the zombie community are desperate to see Zombie Chronicles 2. So desperate. You see any tweet that Treyarch do, it's constantly replies about Zombies Chronicles 2. So the want and desire is definitely there. Then we got to pay some special attention to one of his tweets that says Victus is alive. Now, I'm of course someone that loves the storyline of Call of Duty Zombies, and I'm sure you are all as well. And if you pay attention with the ending of Tag der Toten, you'll see that the Victus crew never actually died or disappeared, unlike our Ether characters. These characters were sent to the Dark Ether, which is what we're experiencing with Black Ops Cold War. So if you ever once thought that these characters can't return because we're no longer in the Ether storyline, then you are wrong, because they are well and truly alive in the lore of the Dark Ether. How they're alive, what they're getting up to, I genuinely don't know. People have theorized over the years that if we do see these characters back and get a Zombie Chronicles 2, then these could be Dark Ether versions of the Zombies maps, because that's how it would make sense narratively. And even all the way back in Classified, there is a radio where Stuhlinger is trying to contact Richtofen and mentions that he's left them in somewhere that's very dark and cold. And of course, Richtofen's not going to reply, and especially now with the context where that version does not exist anymore. That was a thread that Treyarch left and has never been explained. And if they picked it up from that exact moment to connect the dots, that would be absolutely insane. And all in all, I'm still in disbelief that this leak is true. Like, I just can't believe it. We've been talking about Zombies Chronicles 2 for so many years at this point that it just seems like it's never going to happen. Never happened for Black Ops 4 when we had multiple of these maps that we are assuming is going to be part of Zombie Chronicles 2 already made in Blackout. Like, we have most of Buried in there, Transit Diner and the bus all remastered. It was like, it was there. They've been ready to do it, and it just hasn't happened. But when it comes to Cold War, to me, it just feels like the right game. Zombies with Cold War was absolutely fantastic. It brought so many people back. I think Activision know just how popular Black Ops Cold War still is. I mean, can't deny it when they're still continuing on the Cold War story in Rebirth Island with a brand new map update. It's clear that a lot of players are still really enjoying Cold War, so they're only going to update it if there's players there. Likewise, when it came to Treyarch supporting Black Ops 3 post its year with Zombies Chronicles, which was a massive surprise, and this might happen with Cold War Year 2 for Zombies. I mean, only time will tell, so definitely don't get your hopes up in case it doesn't happen, but just keep a beady eye at some point in the future. No idea when, but something pretty awesome could be coming to Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Let me know all your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and it got you excited, please drop a thumbs up and subscribe subscribe so you don't miss out whenever there's any updates on this topic or anything to do with Call of Duty for that matter. You can check out another one of my videos on your screen right now, and I'll catch you for another one soon.